Guys, it's Evan. So what I want to talk about in this video today is what I believe and what I feel is going to happen now that energy is starting to shift on this planet. So basically, this is what I believe, and this is what I've been feeling, and this is what has been coming to me for a long time now. Because like the way I'm very intuitive, guys. And I've been realizing this more and more, and this is something I've questioned before, but I've had so many experiences now that have proved otherwise. And I have to say this too, to anybody who feels very intuitive, who feels like they have visions, they get deep visions or deep feelings of things that are to come, and you're not crazy. You're not crazy. And don't listen to other people that can't understand you and that might make fun of you and that might look at you like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't understand. Don't listen to those people because they know not what they do, and they clearly are not open-minded enough or have had experiences enough to a point where they could to fathom the idea that some people could even have visions. Even like Christians too. Like if somebody like that comes at you with some shit, heed them no mind, because clearly they know not what they do. They know not even their own Bible. As if, Joseph, he had fucking dreams, you know what I mean? And so if they were to dismiss that, then just let it be. So this is what I think is happening. I think what is happening when these new energies are going to start happening is that we're going to start getting superpowers. People are going to start getting superpowers. And like these things in anime and, like there's all these things that resonate with me, that stick out to me. And I know why now. Like even in Game of Thrones, one of the quote was, magic is coming back. This is what's happening, guys. The collective consciousness is making things like certain animes, superhero stuff. It's the collective consciousness has been making this thing. And when you know is everything is consciousness. Everything is consciousness. Me talking is consciousness. The music is consciousness. People's ideas and thoughts, what they get from, comes from consciousness. It's all consciousness. Everything is consciousness. So the collective consciousness is creating animes, creating superhero stuff that people are reading. Old knowledge is coming back. Esoteric knowledge, Egyptian knowledge, occult knowledge is starting to come out. People's consciousnesses are starting to open up and become more aware of these things, which is allowing these things, which I believe is foreshadowing, is foretelling of what's to come. And is also getting people's minds open to the awareness, because everything's awareness, you know what I mean? But everything is awareness, but opening people's minds to the awareness that these things are actually possible. Flying, key balls, healing, magic. I'm watching this one show, Chiba, and they get sent to another world. This guy gets sent to another world, and the girl is healing him. And I'm sure you've seen this stuff before. Video games, do the cure spell and stuff like that. And so these things are going to start becoming possible in time. These things are going to start becoming possible. And the reason why is because the energy on the planet is going to start getting lighter. So therefore, these abilities and the consciousness awareness that these things are possible, these abilities are going to start happening. And like X-Men type of stuff, you're going to have people that are going to be born like mutants that are going to be able to have certain abilities without even having to try, without having to try. Now there's people throughout time and history that have been able to do these types of stuff before, but it took a strong amount of will and high levels of consciousness to even be able to do that. Or some people have to do rituals and stuff like that, and we can still do healing ourselves within our bodies, and people can still do these now, like good practitioners and shamans and stuff like that. They can heal you by touching you and stuff like that. But what's happening is now that energetical level is getting, we were here, now it's going to here. So now more people are actually going to be able to do it, and people that aren't, like I said, X-Men shit, people that are not trying are going to start doing it too, and start showing abilities of this type of stuff. And we can also hone these abilities as well. So I believe superhuman abilities are going to be coming. People are going to be healing. It's literally going to get magical in all sense of the word. It's going to become fantasy like. because the energy is, everything's getting lighter. Therefore, everything is getting lighter. Therefore, the energy, I'm like losing my train of thought. You know, sometimes I think about people that they're like, yeah, you know, one person in mind particularly, it kind of like throws my energy off, because I know that this shit sounds probably silly to people that don't experience in consciousness work. They don't experience in elevating their consciousness. They like to talk about it. They think they know. They don't fucking know. And they like to think that they know, and they don't fucking know. And so that's why I'm like, just don't listen to these people. Don't even listen to me. Go out of your way and do your own work. Go within yourself. You know, do shrooms, whatever, do consciousness work, elevate your consciousness, have certain experiences, and you'll see the answers will start coming to you. It'll start coming to you. This world is, everything is connected, man. And you're going to start, what's going to happen is people are going to start coming out of the blue. They're going to be like, hey, well, you know, I talk about this, that, and the third. I'm going to tell you about an experience actually that I had to solidify this as well. So I ran 6 miles a few weeks ago, and that's impressive because I never run. I was smoking cigarettes and smoking weed for like the past 4 years. And when I got here in LA, I've only been here for like a month and a week. I started picking up running like here and there. First I ran 2 miles, but I kind of stopped and didn't stop. And then I was just like, well, let me see if I can run 2 miles without stopping. And then I did that. And then I was like, okay, well, and then I did that, and then I did that. And then one day I was like going, and then I was just like, well, I'll stop here. And then I was like, no, I won't stop. And then I kept going, and then I just ran 6 miles. I didn't stop. I ran 6 miles without stopping because I was consciously in my body the whole time. I stopped thinking about stuff. I just felt my body. I was just going within my body, and I was just going, and I believed that I could do it, and I didn't stop. Because what I realized about me before, when it came to running would just bore the shit out of me, so I would stop all the time. And then I would actually, I'd be breathing like this. I'd be making myself think I was more out of breath than what I actually was. And I wasn't out of breath, actually, because when I ran that 6 miles, I stopped, and I was like, I was heaving, but I wasn't like, I had more energy. I could have kept running if I wanted to. I could have kept going. That's the thing. I could have kept going. So why I'm telling you this is because I went to the beach, and then I'm doing handstands. I'm doing my thing, and this guy comes up to talk to me. And he's talking to me, and he's like, I gotta put that music back on. That's some good music. My energy is like really high right now. Let me talk more chill. This guy comes up to me, and he basically starts telling me the same shit. He's like, yeah, I didn't even say anything. I said nothing. He just was admiring my handstand push-ups. And he was like, yeah, I was doing up this mountain thing, and he was talking about sacred geometry, which I'm not, I understand the concept of sacred geometry, but I'm not too familiar with it. Like, I get it, but I'm not like how he was talking about it. He was like, imagine geography was like around him, and he was like his body, but his astral body was all around him. And he basically told me the same thing that I just said. He's just like, and I ran up, and then I was running down this mountain. I did not stop. And I was like, what the fuck? I do this. And then we started talking about superhuman powers and stuff like that. This guy came out of nowhere. And that's the thing, guys. Like, this world is so interconnected and intertwined. That's why when I talk about law of attraction and vibration and stuff like that, you know, some people will brush me off, but usually when they brush me off, it's because I know that they don't have a fuller understanding and concept. I've been experimenting with this stuff for the last 4 years, and I'm still working on certain stuff. I'm still working on certain limiting beliefs and taking that stuff out. So just don't listen to doubters, guys, because doubters are people that have been put doubt onto them. And it just keeps going and going because they can't believe what they haven't seen, or they have a lot of anger in their life and hurt in their life that it's too hard for them to be able to imagine something like that is possible. So, but everything's intertwined. So when you start raising your vibration and you start believing that you can do certain things, you're going to start taking certain actions, and you're going to start taking certain actions which will start making you do certain things, and vice versa. People will start coming to you and attracting to you without you even having to do anything. They'll just come out of the blue. And things will happen, information will happen and come to you. But yeah, but we just started talking about that, the superpower stuff, and that right there was confirming to me. I was like, okay, so I'm attracting this law of attraction. If you can imagine it, if you can see it, and if you believe it, it has no choice but to come to you. And if it's really in your heart and this is something you desire, this is supposed to do, and you keep going towards it and believing in it, not to say it's going to happen overnight or anything like that, but in time, information and people will start coming to you to confirm to you that you're on the right path. That's why I'm like, don't listen to any doubters. Don't even really tell anybody, because like I said, I've been experimenting in this stuff for 4 years. I'm open-minded skeptic. So I allow myself to entertain this stuff. And now I've had enough experiences at this point where it's just like, no, this shit is real. This shit is very real, guys. This place is very magical. So I just want to let you guys know that superpowers are going to be a thing, and in our lifetime. And we can hone our own superpowers, and I believe that we can be, it doesn't have to be X-Men. Not everybody just gets one set of powers, but I believe there's going to be people that are born with certain sets of powers, and they can hone those powers if they want, but also they can maybe gain other powers as well if they chose to put the time and effort into it. So those people are just going to be gifted regardless. But us, on the other hand, we can unlock those abilities within us already. And some people are more prone to telepathy. Some people are more prone to pyrokinesis, or some people are more prone to telekinesis, certain things like that. So just know that these things are possible, and it's totally possible. Magic's real and it's coming through. So anyways, I'm gonna break out, guys. I hope you guys have a good night. Peace out. You can come in, it's all good.